Hey everyone, welcome to Win Philly, where we are uplifting women who are networking together and building businesses, being entrepreneurs. That's what we do here at Win Philly. My name is Nakisha. I am the owner of Hodge Studios in beautiful Philadelphia. And my co-host Heather Richards. Dr. Heather, tell them something about
Hey everybody, I'm Sex Dr. Heather, and I am a clinical sexologist and marriage and family therapist. I love to see couples around everything sexual related or not, and I love what I do. I own the studio for sexual health, wellness, and education, and we like to talk to women who are very powerful in their game, in their respective topics and things that they do. Like, it's everywhere. We know a lot of people.
We
right?
know a lot of people.
And we know a lot of women who are entrepreneurs. And that's where Nakisha got this idea from. So today, we have the lovely Sunny D.
Sunny D. Get that D.
You gotta get that D. Put the bass in the voice.
Sunny, why is your name Sunny D?
My name is Sunny D because I heard OJ will kill you. Let us sing.
So guys, I want you to let that sink in and just know that by the time you finish this episode, you are not only going to know how to mix a drink, but you're going to learn how to not be so sensitive. Don't get so overwhelmed with what people are saying. And tune in on a Tuesday. And you're going to learn what that's all about. So I can guarantee you that.
Truth Serum Talk.
Yes.
Boom. There it is.
So take it away for us, Sunny D.
All right, so my name is Sunny D. A lot of people just call me Sunny. And I am the owner and creator of Truth Serum Talk, LLC. I have a show. We go live on Facebook every Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Every Tuesday.
We try to be prompt. And we also have a podcast available. So it's on Anchor, Spotify, etc. You can pretty much just type in Truth Serum Talk, and it'll lead you to this right here.
Yes, and it's fun. I was on it.
Yes,
Dr.
Yeah, you were a guest on there.
It was so, I was drunk. So it's called Truth Serum Talk for a reason, people.
Because that serum gets you talking and telling the truth. So we mix drinks every Tuesday when we come live. We have a new drink every week, and we have a new topic every week. So it's always changing. We talk about sex, religion, relationships, social media, anything you can possibly think about, we have discussed. And we touch the touchy subject.
Yes.
That's generally the point.
That's funny because normally people tell you to stay away from
No, I don't
religion,
want to.
stay away from politics,
Give it
but
to
you invite that.
Yes.
Give it to
And
me.
it's fun. So tell me the drink that we had. Do you remember?
No.
Because it was so cute. She has the cutest names for these drinks. So
Well, Sex Dr. Heather. I know that.
was that the drink?
I think it was. I think I
You
just
made
called
her
it.
her own drink?
Yes, I make
Yes.
you your own drink.
It was
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Yeah, because I like to make people feel like they're a part of the episode as much as possible. I think by that happening, if I can create something that's just for you, then it makes you feel like I got my own drink. Like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, this is great.
Oh my gosh,
I just
I
remember
love
it had a little Sunny D in it.
I put my finger in there, not just put my finger in.
Well, keep in mind that I'm a lightweight, so
It's all right.
today we are going to be talking about female camaraderie, and I know Heather
Yes.
has a lot on that topic, but
Not a lot.
Well, we're all women.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. But don't forget
Yeah.
to subscribe, guys.
Yeah, subscribe. Hit the button below and please subscribe because we're gonna keep you entertained.
And leave comments.
Yeah, comments for
We
sure.
want it. Look, leave
So
comments.
why are collaborations key when building a business? That's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to tell you just my experience. I love to work with other people because it really helps you get in front of an audience that you may not have on your own, which is what Heather has done. It has helped her build her business immensely, and she's going to tell you about that. And also Sunny D here. I'm really excited to hear about, you, because your background is marketing, right?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
so tell us about that.
Well, I mean, the tool of cross promotions is a heavy tool, as we all know. If you can get people and say, hey, look, I have this platform and you have that platform, and you have these eyes and I have these eyes, so let's bring them together, and now each one of us are going to have each other's groups. So at the end of the day, that just makes for a stronger platform, and even though you may not get 1 million likes afterwards, you know, at the end of the day, you're exposing yourself, and that's all about branding, is getting yourself out there.
Building that brand.
Exactly. And as we all know, that's not easy. And it's very hard to get support of people, especially when you're new. Until you become hot or make it on a station, people don't want to support you. Once you're on a station, then people are like, oh, let me help you, let me press this. You know?
She is saying, listen.
So why don't we talk about that station thing? Heather, I know you have some experience in that. Why don't you tell us your experience?
Well, I like being on iHeartRadio. I'm on a few of their stations, and it's fun. However, as I spoke to these young women earlier about some of the challenges too, people that don't know you will try to make your career detour out of nowhere. You know, all you did was say hi to them. So just because you make it on a station sometimes is not what propels your career, because there are people working behind the scenes trying to thwart your plans. You know, so you got to continue to be you, continue to have faith in what you know that you're doing, you're providing for the community, right? And that's what I continue to do. So I do have a lot to say, so she was right about this. But I want Sunny D to keep talking a little bit about, I've actually got a question for you.
Let's talk about it.
I want to know what you want to do, like long term. Like what is your goal?
Hashtag HBO bound. That is the goal. I'm trying to make it to HBO.
If you were watching it, Heather knows people.
So I know someone, so if you, Tosh, my girl, like, she's HBO bound.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the place where dreams come true.
And
right here in Hodgepodge Studios.
I mean, look, you gotta have big dreams, and HBO needs a big girl, and I think I can fill those big shoes. I'm just saying, I already have it in my head on how it's gonna happen. I know my cast, I know my crew, I already have a team.
You're doing it already.
Yeah. I mean, I am,
Yeah.
but it's in such a small capacity right now, which I'm cool with because it helps you learn.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my goal beyond HBO is to help other people, because I feel that we, especially in communities, it's not just a cultural thing, but in a lot of communities, we know that crabs in a bucket theory. I want to be the crab outside of the bucket and help pull people out, because I feel like it's so difficult to get that helping hand, and I feel like people are just so scared to help somebody else. And I understand, trust me, I've been there, but I feel like, how hard is it to really extend yourself for somebody who's really, if you're putting in an effort, then I'm happy to help you. Now, if you're just asking for help and you're really not doing what needs to be done, that's different. You know, like, I can't put my neck out for you there, but I just know this is not easy. And I've seen, the blood, sweat, the tears that go behind it, and I know that I have some type of path that's for me, and it's to help other people. I want to obviously help myself first, because I was called the oxygen mask, right? They say on a plane to start going there, you got to put your oxygen mask.
Put yours on first.
I put my oxygen mask on first, and then I'm going to give you a puff. Then I'm going to take a puff, then I'm going to give you a puff, then I'm going to take a puff. Then I'm going to give back. Like this. Real quick, that's going to happen. So I want that to go down, but I mean, that's my ultimate goal, because I want to begin to work for obviously if you work for HBO, you got to work for HBO, but my goal is to build my own brand, so I don't have to keep reporting to somebody else. I want to no longer be a worker bee, but be the queen bee. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yes.
What about, I hope y'all are hashtagging some of this stuff. So these sayings, hashtag them, put them in the bottom in the comments, and subscribe, people.
Yes.
So Desiree, Sunny D.
It's okay. You can call me my government name. It's fine.
So
my mama calls me that.
I wanna know what would be different on HBO. Like, so you said, because I said you already doing this, what you want to do now, and you said on a smaller scale you are.
Right.
But what would be different? Because I feel like you are doing it big right now. So I feel like, what would you change though?
I would hope I don't have to change anything. I would hope I'd still have that creative aspect of my show, and I wouldn't have to change much, but I want to find a way to make people more involved. I think that's why Facebook Live, to me, even though it's an older platform, none of the millennials are really doing it.
They're on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. But Instagram stories, they only last for 24 hours because the mind's just over here and over there. But I feel like Facebook Live, my stuff lives there, but I like it because I can communicate and interact with people who come on.
And people can see it whenever, not just 24 hours.
Exactly. You can rewind, you can fast forward, you can do whatever you want to do. But I feel like the live, the comments, interacting with people, I feel like that's so engaging. And if I could have like a show to where I can engage with either people in the audience or engage with, as some type of live feed that's happening at the same time, I would love that. And I just want to bring it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, and I'm not saying, by the way, I love myself. And I know like a lot of people say this, I'm sitting next to two beautiful women right now. Okay?
Thank you.
And I would like to lose a little bit of weight. I would, but I like to eat.
Let me tell you something. I like to eat too.
I don't eat the bad things like that.
I like to eat. Matter of fact, when this is all over, I'm going to eat.
So let me ask you, Sunny D.
Yes.
In your experience, do you feel that you have found, especially women, who have tried to block you from, reaching a goal or reaching, something that you tried to do when they could have helped you? And did you still find your way making it there anyway?
Well, I don't want to say women in general, and I know this will sound crazy, I don't pay attention. And the reason is I feel my haters are my motivators. So if you're going to come back at me and
hashtag
haters are
subscribe,
my motivators.
comment.
Haters, yes.
I feel like if you have any hate in your heart towards me, I'm going to give you VIP tickets to the front row of my life. And I'm going to be the best I can be so that you're confused as to why you're hating me so much. Because I want you to walk the walk with me, but front row. I want you to be VIP, right? In the orchestra. Like, I want you sitting right there. That's what I want that.
I'm so glad I'm so glad I don't have that. So when I wake up in the morning, things to be grateful for. Oh, I got my reading glasses on. Thing to be grateful for, is something that people don't think about readily. Like, people say, I'm grateful for my life. I'm always grateful that I wake up in the morning. However, I'm grateful that I'm not that type of person where
the type of person who expels.
Yes. I watch game shows because I love watching people win. I got a problem.
No, that's great.
I love it.
Yes.
That's amazing.
See, but I think nowadays, this is the issue. People live for likes. So because we're in a social media world, everybody's living for the likes.
You gotta get out of that.
Exactly.
You have to stay away from those things. You can't live your life based around how many people are liking your posts or
but
liking.
People do.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
People do. Did you? I hate to change this off, but did you see about the people who are now paying to look like they're in other countries? Like they're getting their pictures cropped out and put in front of in Paris, like to make it look like they're but that's because people live for likes, and that's the world we live in. You have to live for yourself, and if you realize that you're comfortable with what you see in the mirror, it doesn't matter what anybody else says.
And it all starts with self-esteem. Okay,
exactly.
So you need to maybe make an appointment at a therapist's office, like
maybe
Sex Dr. Heather, because self-esteem is important. That's where it all starts. That'll be a whole nother conversation and question in another day. So
actually, I do have a question about that because I didn't know that you handle personal things like that. I thought you were just kind of dealing within the realm of sex.
Oh, no.
Everything.
So I'm a psychotherapist first. So that's what my first degree is in. Marriage and family therapy, which is individual psychotherapy, which is family therapy and couple therapy, partner therapy, premarital therapy, postmarital therapy.
Therapy, period.
So mental health therapy. So I do psychotherapy, which is that whole realm. But then I can charge as much as I charge. You hear me? Because I am a specialist, which is clinical sexology. So you have a lot of marriage and family therapists out here, right? But they don't specialize in clinical sexology. So what that enables me to do is when a couple comes in or somebody comes in and they have a paraphilia, which is like they like to have sex with a plastic bag on. Let's just say I just reached out of nowhere and got that, but that does exist actually. And they want to know how to be safe. They don't want to die because plastic, you overheat. So I teach them where to cut the slits at. Just simply said, that's just the specialist part. But psychotherapy, definitely, I have women and men who come to me because they want to live a different life. You know, I had a man knock on my door once when I was in Kensington, my office, and he said, you know what, I need to be a better man, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong in my relationship, and I need to be a better man for my woman because I want to marry her one day, but I keep making the same mistakes. Bam.
Wow.
I said, you go, boy. I was just proud of him.
I was proud of him for
Golf
just
clap
knocking
for
on the
him.
door. Yes, claps all around. See, this is why you have to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you follow Sex Dr. Heather. You're not going to get this type of information and meat anywhere else. I can guarantee you that, right?
Or potatoes.
I agree.
Meat and potatoes.
You got the meat and the
Oh
potatoes.
my gosh, I'm so hungry. Okay.
Hashtag.
So, back to Miss Sunny D. I want to know, this is totally off topic, but I want to know what type of drink would you make for me?
Oh, girl, I keep it proper light skin with pretty eyes. All right, good eyes on that thing. No, I would ask you. Generally, I try to figure out like I know I got problems. I would generally ask you like, what's your favorite drink or like liquor? Because I generally try not to make something. But for you, if I didn't know, I would probably just stick with like a good vodka. I'd probably start off with that. Maybe let's add a little pear nectar into that vodka, right? A little pear nectar. Maybe a little dash of grenadine on the top for a little color, let it drip.
Drink it. Wait a minute.
I'm getting
My
chills.
God.
You know, I would
Is
just.
that the winter?
But I'd have to put a good rim job on it.
Oh,
Damn. Okay. So we do that just because I love creating different flavors, and I might throw a little basil in there, like do a little basil medley.
What's the basil for?
Basil,
Ooh.
such notes. Oh my gosh,
Basil
herbs.
wine.
I might have. So first of all, I have like an herb garden, like one of those little ones with the light on top, like ding, ding. You know.
that's like Mary.
I love it because I love pulling this stuff off. It's so fresh and fragrant. So I love to like chop stuff up. I like to put it in my little sugar
I am
rings.
getting overheated.
Girl, don't get us
Girl,
started.
that basil is everything.
Yeah.
So let me just loop around and go back to our question because this is really important. And I know some people that are tuning in and subscribing want to know why they're important. Because like you were saying, it's challenging building partnerships with other women sometimes when they don't have your best interests.
Yes.
So something I would say is remember to make partnerships mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial. Stop calling me and asking me to do something for you, and then when I ask you to come to my open house, you don't show up or RSVP. Okay.
And you have to forgive people for not doing things, but don't keep asking them to do things. So what I mean by mutually beneficial is exactly what she said. Also, don't go into it thinking it's for you. Don't go into it like, what can you do for me, right? Go into it, what can I do for you, okay? So here's an example. When Nakisha called me about doing this podcast, being her co-host, I said, okay, what can I do for you? How are we going to do this podcast, and what can I do for you on your podcast, for your studio?
You did say that.
I did. So it wasn't for me. You know, this is for her because she genuinely, we do have a different relationship. She's my friend, and I respect her and she respects me. So I came into this like, I give up my Saturday for her,
That's
right?
beautiful.
So you gotta come into it as an example that way, or things won't happen for you if you come into it like, what you gonna do for me? What I'm getting out of this,
Exactly.
right? So I
But
would.
everybody's for a lot of people are for self. I don't say everybody. A lot of people are for self. So that is what makes that difficult because just as wonderful as you said, what can I do for you? Most people are like, well, what are you gonna do for me? What are you gonna do for me? And I know that sounds terrible, but so many people are out for self. How do you guide against that?
Well, because her response was, well, what can I do for you?
That was
Which
great.
is what
That's
I was
great.
gonna say.
Right, like so it becomes a mutually beneficial relationship because we're not like just for self.
Right.
So you have to if that happens, I would say, move on to the next person. There are people out here that you can that it could be a mutual beneficial thing, but that's also something you got to do. That'd be a whole nother show. You got to create your spreadsheet, people, and put down what this person does, how it relates to what you do, when you contacted them, how your follow-up is, and what is actually going to happen from the contact.
Well, I just want to add that not everybody that's with you is for you, because I think we confuse that a lot. We think our circle is for us, and sometimes our haters are sitting right to our either our back or front, left or right. Sometimes they travel with us in packs. You know, we don't realize.
Sometimes they could be part of your family.
Exactly.
It could be
And
part
you
of
can't
your
pick
family.
your family.
No, you can't. But you can keep them afar.
That's right.
Still love them from over there.
So I think that now, Sunny D, I want to know, how do you keep people on your show when you're talking to them? How do you keep them from being so sensitive or getting offended? And have you ever had like a fight break out on your show?
Never had a fight.
That's what I want to know.
Never had a fight.
Because alcohol and
That's
kind of
good.
talking about sex,
That's good.
religion,
That's
and
true.
all of these things, I don't know. You know, people get mad like, damn it, you voted for Trump.
Yeah, true. Well,
You know
most
what
people
I'm
come on my show haven't voted for him, I think, but I don't. We never got there. I think because the people I sit down with, we have a mutual respect for each other, and I know that my opinion is my opinion, yours is yours, and we don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying?
You don't
But we
have to
can,
agree,
yeah, exactly.
but,
But I think so. You know, I feel like opinions are what makes the show do what it does. Like I want that to do what it do, baby. That's how the show does. You know, and if you don't have those opinions that are different, everybody's on the same wavelength. I mean, how boring is that? That's why the most successful shows, when you have more than one person, it's great because people have different opinions.
In the interaction.
Exactly. So I want you to not believe what I believe most of the time, so that way we can get into it.
I agree with you, but I like agreeing with Nakisha.
I mean, who doesn't like agreeing? But sometimes, like, it's good to have that little moment. Not everywhere, but just a little bit, like,
Well, we
Yeah.
don't agree on everything, so that's good.
That's true, but we accept each other.
Yeah.
For what if we disagree? It's so funny because Nakisha say, okay. It's so funny, but that's because we love each other.
Yeah.
You know, we have a different kind of relationship. But when I came on your show, we agreed on a lot.
Yes.
We were like vibing, and you were like, I love that answer. I agree. So, you know.
That's the right answer.
We were talking about good stuff. You know what I like Dr. Heather talking about.
So let's bring this back around because in closing, right, the reason why it's important for women, so for me, I think it's important for women to collaborate, especially when you're an entrepreneur, because there is like this good old boys club, right? And we're not invited, right? So in order for us to have camaraderie with people, we need to have camaraderie with each other. And we need to have welcoming spaces for each other, okay? There's like this wage gap too, where there are entrepreneurs who are not women, who are men, who get the step up, you know, they get that lift, whereas though sometimes being a woman of color, we don't, you know, so that's really important. That is one of the reasons why I believe it's important for us to have camaraderie and collaboration with other female entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I don't want to say guys, friends. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for joining us and watching this episode. I hope that you learned a lot. I hope that you enjoyed it so much that you're going to share it with your friends, with your family, with your dogs.
Subscribe.
Everyone.
Watch all
Make
the
sure you
episodes.
click that subscribe button below. I have all the details for Sex Dr. Heather, where you can find her online, as well as Sunny D.
That's what you just, Sunny D.
Exactly, all the sites where you can follow us on social media. Thank you so much for joining us, and catch you next time.
Catch you next time.
Bye.